meine Arbeit für richtig hältst.
5 to 50 feet by the Capitol Police One advised they're trying to breach and get into the Capitol.
Ob du glaubst, dass ich fleißig gewesen bin, dass ich gearbeitet habe, dass ich mich in diesen Jahren für dich eingesetzt habe. Dass ich anständig meine Zeit verwendet habe im Dienste meines Volkes. Gib du jetzt deine Stimme ab. Wenn ja, dann tritt für mich ein, so wie ich für dich eingetreten bin.
We need to hold the doors of the Capitol! I need court support!
November 11th of 1918, Germany signs the armistice on the 11th month of the 11th day on the 11th hour. 16.2 million young men died, 2 million of which were the Germans. And in the damage Germany had done, they had to pay 132 billion gold marks in reparations. The government printed its currency to such an extreme amount to pay the reparations that the mark was worth close to nothing. The German people lived in immense poverty and were looking for a leader that would restore them to their former glory. Adolf Hitler served in the army during World War I, but after their loss joined the Workers' Party. The Workers' Party later transformed into the National Socialist German Workers' Party, aka the Nazi Party. Leaning into the insecurities of the German people, Hitler used fanatical speech and radical propaganda to rise to power and take hold of Germany. In his race to become president, he had gotten first by convincing John von Hindenburg to appoint him as chancellor. Just a month later, the Reichstag fire occurred, which gave an excuse to take away freedoms under decree. Not that much after, the Enabling Act was passed, giving Adolf Hitler full power of Germany. When the president died on August 2, 1934, president and chancellor were combined as a role and renamed to Führer. 6 million Jews were killed. Germany othered the Jewish people, allowing for starvation, gassing, and the working to death of the Jewish people. Hitler used the SS to attack these people and convinced the people of Germany that the Jews were the cause of all their issues, including the poverty. Hitler was a coward and died one too. Surrounded by the Allied powers, hidden in a bunker, Hitler took a cyanide pill and shot himself, also having his wife commit suicide alongside him. Hitler took supreme control and removed anyone that said anything otherwise about him. Education and social aspects of society were completely constructed by the Nazi Party. Any book that contradicted what the Nazis said was burned, and anyone that spoke out was silenced. If you would remember your school days and your history classes, they showed you what fascism looked like. And millions suffered due to the fact that no one spoke out until it was too late. March 20th, 2025, the Department of Education was closed. This was under the impression that it would give power back to the states, but all it did was left discrimination of minority students unchecked. In July 2025, the Big Beautiful Bill Act was passed, giving a $75 billion fund increase to ICE over the next 4 years. This funding has been put to good use, arresting non-criminal immigrants on their way to court, as well as arresting and removing legal U.S. citizens, all because of their ethnicity. It is written in the Constitution that a person cannot run more than 2 times for president. Trump is, of course, attempting to find a loophole around this to seize more power. Republicans hold majority in Congress and in the Supreme Courts, practically removing checks and balances. Donald Trump mobilizes the military against its own people for simply protesting against his policies. Donald Trump takes advantage of those who are desperate and uses advanced propaganda tactics to make them believe that you can't trust any information. How can any conversation take place if you just hate each other and everyone's argument is nut-ud into the ground? I would be an idiot if I were to say that Donald Trump is comparable to Hitler. But if you ignore his obvious stepping stones to seize power and to separate us as a people, I would say that you are the idiot. They want you to think it's the liberals in the cat box using furries that are mind controlling your children into disobeying what you say. But I fear it is you that are being brainwashed. It only proves my point. If you blindly approve everything Donald Trump does, even if it contradicts the Constitution and his blatant cover-ups of scandals, you are the ones that are brainwashed. If you are to take anything away from this video, let it be that it does not matter what political party you are in. People are people. And if there's someone that says that you shouldn't treat them as such, they are not Christian and they are not trying to help whatever problems you have. They're trying to gain power and they are trying to control you and separate people. Educate yourself in peace.